Yo! Welcome back to the channel. ¿Cómo está, señor lahat? I opened the Neverness to Everness Co-Ex Beta thinking I would play for maybe 1 hour. Just a quick test, just a quick look. Next thing I know, 10 hours are gone. My sleep schedule is destroyed, and now I am emotionally attached to a game that is not even finished yet. So yeah, that happened. And now I want this game, and I want it now. I honestly did not expect this game to hit this hard. I thought it would be decent, maybe fun for a bit, maybe something I would forget after 2 weeks. Instead, this game grabbed me and said, "You live here starting today." So in this video, I want to talk about my real experience after spending a lot of time in the beta. The good stuff, the stuff that needs fixing, and why this game has serious potential. One way to describe NTE is how it combines positive elements from various games. You see elements of Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, and Grand Theft Auto, for example. The game makes you form a team of 4 units, and they have the same combat mechanics as most other major titles, but you have a dodging mechanic like in Wuwa. The UI reminds you of Zenless Zone Zero, and there are so many GTA elements in exploration, including going to jail, yo! But before we go any deeper, so many Gacha RPGs are now out, and NTE is next. Loot Bar offers top-ups for all major titles, and you can do it following my link. And if you are a Wuthering Waves player, if you need extra help in saving Lunites and Asterites, check out my Loot Bar link down in the description and pinned comment for cheaper than in-game top-ups. Loot Bar offers up to 25% discounts, plus an extra 10% off when you use my link. It is widely used by Wuwa players, has strong Trustpilot ratings, and supports DIY top-ups on your PC or mobile, where you get the discounts without sharing your password. Just log in to Loot Bar, purchase, and then you go to their online DIY top-up page to complete the transaction yourself without giving anyone your password to do it. If you're looking to top up and save big, Loot Bar is a straightforward and secure way while supporting the channel. Remember to spend responsibly. So let's get back to it. Let us start with combat, because this is where the game pulled me in first. The combat feels very easy to learn. If you have played modern action gacha games, your hands will already understand what to do. Movement feels natural, skills feel easy to use, swapping characters feels smooth. You do not need hours to feel comfortable. The action flow is also very smooth. Switching into skills feels fast, dodging feels useful, and not just something you spam when you panic. Big abilities feel strong without turning every fight into visual chaos. There's a nice rhythm when you fight. You are always doing something, but it never feels overwhelming. Team combat also feels good. Your characters feel like they work together, not just 4 people taking turns hitting enemies. When combos land properly, it feels really satisfying. And honestly, this matters a lot. If you are coming from other action gacha games, you will adjust very fast here. Now let us talk about the UI. The UI is clean. It looks modern, but it is not messy. I never felt lost in menus. I never had moments where I was asking where something was. Everything feels easy to find. Good UI sounds like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. This game makes you want to play instead of making you tired just looking at menus. It gives you some elements of Zenless Zone Zero without the confusing menu system. The story is also easy to get into. You do not need to memorize a lot of complicated lore just to understand what is happening. There are funny moments and banter mixed in with the cuteness overload. And if you get tired of the conversations, you have the power to skip, unlike in Genshin. Thankfully, despite the heavy lore, the characters find a way to inject humor. The city setting helps a lot. Running around areas that feel like real cities makes the world feel more relatable. There were times I just walked around instead of running because the world actually feels alive. The game has a strong modern Japan city vibe. If you have visited big cities in Japan before, some areas will feel very familiar in atmosphere. It gives me Tokyo or Osaka feels here. The puzzles are also placed well. They feel like they belong in the world instead of feeling random. Now let us talk about characters. The characters feel very human. Not every character is trying to be mysterious or overly dramatic. They joke, they react like normal people. They feel like people you might meet in school, work, or normal social groups. The humor also works most of the time. It feels natural instead of forced. For character progression and skill setup, you have the Arc tab, which is similar to a weapon screen. The console works like echoes, and Awaken works like sequences. The nice part about Awaken is how flexible it is. You can equip, swap, or remove sequences anytime. This lets you test which sequences you like before fully committing. And if fights start feeling too easy, you can remove sequences anytime to make the game more challenging. The game currently has at least 5 elemental types based on what I have unlocked. It looks like there might be 6 or even 7 total. Like in Genshin Impact, combining elements creates reactions. For example, Anima and Incantation can trigger a reaction called Hexed. From there, you can unlock character-specific effect enhancements, which is a neat feature. The game also has an elemental meter that shows and explains how these reactions work. Exploration is familiar, but still fun. You have fast travel, you have aerial movement, but the game also adds vehicles in a way that actually fits the world. Vehicle customization is honestly crazy. You can get cars, change how they look, add designs, and customize them in ways most gacha games never try. And of course, you can take the monorail between major districts. The world also feels busy in a good way. Shops are everywhere, food buffs, ingredients, gifts, outfits. It makes the world feel alive. And honestly, if this is still beta, I am both excited and slightly scared of how big this game might be later. The character design style is simple in a good way. Outfits are clean, not overly complicated. The modern city fashion makes characters feel relatable. The music also matches the world well. It feels urban and modern instead of always trying to sound dark and dramatic. You mostly hear urban jazz or coffee shop jazz to smooth and light pop, which is a nice touch. Overall, this game has some of the coolest and hippest background music in Gacha, so that's a real plus. Oh, and yeah, the radio offers different stations too, like in GTA. There are also moments where the game clearly takes ideas from open-world crime sandbox games, and sometimes this leads to really funny situations. The game clearly knows players will do chaotic things, and it kinda lets you. And before I forget, you have your own room in the main compound, and it seems you can customize it with aquariums and other collectibles, but I haven't gotten there yet, but it's really promising. Now, let us be fair, the game is not perfect. Walking, running, and climbing animations can feel a bit stiff. Walking, running, and climbing animations could feel smoother, but it's great during combat, which is a good thing. Vehicles still need work. Driving feels like you are always overcorrecting the steering. It also feels weird that you cannot ride motorcycles or scooters. For a Japan-style city, those really should be there. Voice acting is good, but it needs more variety. The energy is there, but some voices sound too similar right now. And by that, I mean Brianna Knickerbocker, who voices Hu Tao, and Griffin Burns, who voices Chilled in Genshin Impact, are the two main VAs lending their voices to multiple units and NPCs right now. Now, let us talk about the gacha system. Yes, there is gacha called Scarborough Fair, or loosely the Fair, but it feels less stressful than many other games. There's no coin flip mechanic when you reach the high pity range. If you keep pulling, there is a guaranteed point. There is also a nice pull window where you might get lucky early, but you still have the safety of a guarantee later. Basically, you can have the soft pity anytime, but after hitting 50 summons, the chances of early pity rises, and once you reach 90, you get it guaranteed. No 50-50s. During my beta time, I built a full team pretty fast and managed to get the featured S-rank unit Nanali. There were also times where polls gave back extra value, which felt very generous. You even get to pull wishes, and while you summon 10, you actually get 11 rewards, which is pretty neat. Is it still gacha? Yes, you are still gambling with luck, but it feels less punishing than some other systems. It also seems that you don't need to separately summon weapons here, so you are just gambling on characters, really, with weapons dropping alongside them, which is a good thing. It's kind of like Etheria Restart in some sense. However, we'll see if that changes upon release. However, there is a separate ARC shop which allows you to get S and A ranked weapons, or ARCs. You will need these keys to summon them, and these keys are obtained in the open world. You can purchase some of these by exchanging keys, but you can also summon for top weapons as well. After more than 10 hours in this beta, I can say this game has serious potential. It is mixing a lot of good ideas in a way that actually works. If the developers improve movement, improve vehicles, and add more voice variety, this game could easily stand beside the biggest games in this genre. And yes, this might become my personal woo-wah ender. World building is great, combat is great, exploration is great. Finally, the gacha is generous. The biggest compliment I can give is this: I did not want to log out. Not because I felt forced to grind, but because I wanted to keep playing. That is always a good sign. If this is just beta, I am honestly a little scared of how much time I might lose when the full game releases. Because if this game releases strong, a lot of people will say they are playing casually while secretly logging in every single day. And yeah, I will probably be one of them. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe. Ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye!